Julian Alvarez's destruction of Real Madrid last night is the hottest topic in football. Everyone, and I mean everyone, is talking about Julian Alvarez's destruction of Real Madrid last night. 2 goals, a 5-2 absolute battering, a manita. It was a revenge tour, a masterclass, a redemption arc. All the buzzwords are flying.
You just know that Atlético Madrid took this match so personally. You want to know who took it extra personally? This man right here. Because he walked into that derby today against Real Madrid with this in his mind. Let's never forget one of the most controversial penalties of all time. Julian Alvarez woke up today and chose violence. He scored a penalty for Atletico thanks to Arda Güler, who assisted and scored today, but then got caught up in dancing with the stars with this high kick. Alvarez got redemption for his penalty kick, then stepped up and scored a worldy free kick. Look at Diego Simeone crashing out for all the right reasons, something you never really see. Julian Alvarez, I guarantee you, since this moment has been thinking about this penalty kick every single day. Then woke up to the Madrid Derby and ran a clinic? The whole Atletico team ran a clinic? Absolutely diabolical from Real Madrid.
Genuinely right, what would Atletico Madrid do without Julian Alvarez right now? That is turning into a one-man carry job over there. And what is it with players scoring insane hat-tricks at the moment? His first goal tonight, a lovely volley off of a cross, taking it first time on his weak foot. His second goal, a nice finish too. His third goal, an incredible goal, again on his weak foot from outside the box, into the top corner in the 88th minute to win them the game and complete his hat-trick. That's nuts.
Bastante bien con la falta, y también en esa estábamos con Nico y le dije, si querés pegarle por afuera de la barrera, te gusta pegarle. En un momento me dijo sí, después al final me dijo no, pegale vos. Así que nada, terminamos tomando una buena decisión.
No sé cómo hace para patear esos tiros libres, que la pelota se cae y cuando ya sale va para adentro. Me hace acordar un poco a Pantic cuando pateaba esos tiros libres fantásticos en la puerta del área. Y la verdad que es un futbolista que yo lo que le valoro más allá de todo lo que se le ve, es la humildad que tiene. La humildad para correr, la humildad para trabajar, la humildad como campeón del mundo, estar en el Atlético de Madrid, correr todos los partidos, juegue contra quien juegue. Y eso lo tenemos que cuidar, sigo insistiendo. Es un futbolista que el club, nosotros como cuerpo técnico, los compañeros, la gente, lo tenemos que cuidar porque se tiene que quedar muchos años acá y tiene que ser muy importante para la historia del club.
But what if I told you that the performance everyone is celebrating is hiding a dark, scary truth? The truth about Julian Alvarez that absolutely nobody in the media, on Twitter, or even in the stadium is brave enough to mention. No, it's not that his teeth are perfect. It's way worse. It's the silent killer. And trust me, once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Before we get to the dark truth, you have to know his story. Julian Alvarez began his senior professional career at River Plate in Argentina, playing for the club from 2018 until 2022. He was signed by English club Manchester City in January 2022, but remained on loan at River Plate for the first half of that year before officially joining City in the summer of 2022. During his highly successful 2-year spell in England, he contributed to the club winning a historic treble in his debut season, which included the Premier League and the Champions League. In August 2024, Alvarez made a permanent move to Spain, completing a transfer to his current club, Atlético Madrid. Now that you're caught up, let's set the stage. Real Madrid, perfect record. Xabi Alonso's Golden Boys riding a high. And then there's Atleti, stumbling a bit, needing a spark. Enter the Spider. This game, it was therapy. First, the penalty. Remember last season's Champions League loss? The one where Alvarez slipped, double-kicked the ball, and the goal got chalked off? The absolute agony?
I mention it quite often. I've been in that situation, wearing the right jersey, sometimes the wrong jersey, is more often than not in big games, especially in that competition. Whether you like it or not, it creeps into you. And we all been in that situation. You tend to play the crest and the history of the club instead of playing the game. And they won the league twice in that league, obviously. So they've been able to do it. But in big competition, in the Champions League, they more often than not lose against Real Madrid, and they do have the quality to beat them.
Can't seem to get over the line. For me, actually, I'd probably like to see them beat Real Madrid, we'd have a different winner. We know Real Madrid dominating this competition, but it can't be easy because they are a top team, Atlético Madrid. They've got a brilliant stadium, a brilliant manager, great players, but they're not Real Madrid, and to sort of, be in the same city as them at times must be really difficult.
Well, last night, he steps up, ice in his veins, blasts it past Courtois for 3-2. That's not a goal, people. That's an exorcism of an old sporting demon. And then the free kick, a curler, over the wall, into the near post, just pure, unadulterated disrespect. 4-2. The man went from, whoopsie, my foot slipped, to I am the one who knocks. Simeone was practically weeping on the sideline. Weeping. That's how beautiful it was. The headlines today practically write themselves. Redemption, brace, the star of the derby, he outshone Mbappe. Yes, all true. Great. Fantastic. A plus for effort, Julian. But that's the smokescreen. That's the glitter they want you to see. What about the terrifying underlying reality? The cold, hard fact that completely undercuts all this glory? You ready? Because this is where it gets scary. The scary truth, the thing nobody is noticing, is that Julian Alvarez is too damn nice. I know. You're thinking, what? He just scored 2 bangers against their arch rivals. He's a killer. Precisely. He's supposed to be a vicious, fire-breathing, slightly psychotic center forward. The kind who elbows you in the back and then blames the sun. But look at him. Look at the evidence. Exhibit A, the celebration. After scoring the free kick, the goal that basically ended Real Madrid's perfect start and broke a 17-year Atletico free kick drought in the derby, he runs off, points at the badge, and then he gives a polite fist pump, a high five that looks like he's thanking a bank teller. Where's the primal scream? Where's the tearing off the shirt and getting a yellow card for the pure aesthetic chaos? He looks like he's celebrating winning a raffle. This is a derby. We need rage, Julian. We need the look of a man who just stole the last churro. Exhibit B, the off-the-ball work rate. Everyone praises his defensive tracking. Oh, he's so complete. He presses. He runs back 50 yards. And that's the problem. Listen, kid. You're the star striker. You're supposed to stand there, hands on your hips, looking disappointed that your midfielders can't pass the ball into your perfect goal-scoring zone. You're supposed to conserve energy for a brace. By the 80th minute, he's running less than the sideline cameraman, but he's still running back to intercept a pass from a Madrid defender. It's exhausting just watching him. The scary truth is that his work ethic is so unsustainable, it's borderline masochistic. He's making the other players look bad. It's bullying via high-mileage running. Exhibit C, the general vibe. Remember when he was subbed off and was seen muttering, "Always me," like a disgruntled teenager? That's his peak rebellion. That's his dark side. His worst moment is a mild, quickly forgotten complaint. This guy, who is a World Cup winner and now a Madrid Derby destroyer, has a nickname that is the Spider, and he's acting more like a polite, industrious ant. I want a spider. I want 8 eyes staring into your soul. I want a slightly venomous touch. I want him to sign his goal ball with a venomous bite mark. Not a neat little signature. The guy's got a hat trick a few days before this derby. He's putting up numbers that should make him an arrogant, preening, self-obsessed superstar. But no, he's all, we had control of the game, and each penalty is a new opportunity. Where is the ego? Where is the I am the GOAT and you all just watch me prove it energy? This is the scary part, folks. This is the unheard whisper. The truth about Julian Alvarez is that he has the lethal finishing of an assassin, but the heart and demeanor of a golden retriever puppy who just wants to make his owner happy. And that lack of visible, toxic ego, it's going to make him unstoppable. Nobody knows how to defend against a nice guy who scores 4 goals a week. It's unnatural. Okay, I'm gonna get serious for a second. This niceness, this incredible lack of flash, is actually his greatest weapon. It's the ultimate stealth bomber. Think about it from a defender's perspective. You're facing Mbappe. You're immediately on red alert. He's got that superstar swagger. You try to wind him up. You talk trash. You get physical. You try to knock him off his high horse. It's a battle of wills. Then you look across at Alvarez. He's quiet. He's just running. He's already tracked back to the halfway line once this half. He has a look on his face like he's calculating his tax return. You think, This guy? He's not the one. I'll let my center back deal with him. And that's when he strikes. He is so unassuming that he bypasses the psychological warfare part of the game. He doesn't need to be arrogant because his movement is the trash talk. He doesn't need to scream because his goals are the statement. It's low-key, professional, devastating efficiency. It's terrifying. It's like being killed by a robot programmed only to score bangers and clean its room. The man just wants to win. No frills, no drama. He's the guy who finishes his assignment 3 days early, gets an A, and then just quietly starts reading a book while the rest of the class is scrambling. That is the scary truth. He's too good, too humble, and too hardworking for the league to handle. He's the anti-superstar superstar. So, celebrate the 5-2 win, frame the free kick picture, call it sweet redemption, do all that. But the truth is, this whole performance was just a terrifying demonstration of peak professionalism, disguised as a glorious derby win. The man who was once criticized for a clumsy penalty slip has now scored a penalty and a jaw-dropping free kick in the most intense match of the season. And still, he's probably already analyzing his defensive positioning for the next game. My official diagnosis: Julian Alvarez is a goal-scoring machine with a crippling case of being a decent human being. And until someone can teach him how to be a properly moody, unnecessarily flamboyant superstar, he's just going to keep scoring and winning and politely shaking hands after destroying their season. That's the scary truth. You've been warned. Now go rewatch the free kick. It's just chef's kiss.